Coming to you from New Palace Lanes in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, it's time for the special 2nd anniversary edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling! Welcome to the 2nd anniversary edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling. Coming from the 2nd place that we've ever went to, and the 1st place that we were ever invited to record the videos. New Palace Lanes in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Originally, plans were to go to the easiest place possible, but work, schedules one have not, didn't allow it. But, you know, I think this is a better alternative because 1st anniversary, the 1st place we've done this, 2nd anniversary, not only the 2nd place, but the 1st place that invited us. And it's my buddy's place. King of the Palace is happening right after I record, so we got all that going, and of course it has to be a little windy. Not as windy as when I recorded Watch Me Suck here last year. So let's go in and start things up. We know what it all looks like, so we're not going to do that stuff. As we can see here, lanes 3 and 4 are going to be off limits because, as I said, I am recording this today. They're recording their November edition of King of the Palace, which is October 28th. We are going to be bowling on lucky number 6, which is a pretty good lane. In fact, that's today, the 80% handicap. When I'm done this, and maybe a short impromptu, we'll be getting to King of the Palace. And speaking of King of the Palace, Watch Me Suck at Bowling is proud to sponsor, for as long as we can, the hit TV candlepin show, King of the Palace. Watch people that are actually good at this sport instead of me. To watch these shows, type in King of the Palace in the YouTube search bar. If you want to subscribe, go to youtube.com/newpalacelanes and hit that subscribe button or the bell, both, whatever. They seem to change how that works, so whatever works.
Can you see me?
No.
I have done this live a couple of times before, and I'm going to do it again. These are the high scores as of this moment that I have accomplished. In candlepin, my high is a 136.
Pretty impressive.
And my low came from Masons when I was starting to do bowling the right way, more or less, the 44.
Was that a half?
No, that was total.
Total what?
That was the whole game.
All 10.
All 10 frames. It added to 44.
Is that why you started the show Watch Me Suck at Bowling?
No, this was before that.
Oh, okay. Well, you've come a long way from a 44 to a 136.
And for the duck pin, it's the best I've done was slightly above average ability, a 118. And
pretty impressive. I don't know what the average scores are for, but it sounds pretty good.
About 10 or 20 higher than candlepin.
Oh, okay.
And my low, surprisingly, still as high as it is, a 63. And now
all 10?
Yeah, all 10. And now for Dave's favorite discipline, the 10 pins.
Phony baloney, Tenpin Bowling, where I've been censored and stopped from saying, but I'm on Watch Me Suck at Bowling, so that's okay.
The opinions expressed are that of Dave Maattala and not that of Watch Me Suck at Bowling.
Right, Travis?
The high score there was done recently at Gardner 10 pins, 155, which is average ability, and doing the two-handed bowling, and yes, this is all 10 frames and legitimate, a 26.
How many balls in 10 pin?
2 a frame.
Did they forget to grease the alleys?
No, I just couldn't do the two-handed bowling too well.
Did you forget to open your eyes?
Nope, it just went really, really bad.
Did you go between your legs? Like backwards?
Nope, two-handed. So anyway, that's the scores for now, and we're getting ready to start this 2-year anniversary special as Dave dances in the background. And most of the time you couldn't even see him anyway.
My name is Dave Maattala, and I am the host of King of the Palace. You're watching Watch Me Suck at Bowling, live at the king of the palace. George, go get him.
There's Travis setting up the cameras for the masking units for King of the Palace. And surprisingly, their house balls are actually still out and about. They'll disappear before King of the Palace. But you know we don't use these. We use these Epco-urethane Pro-Line balls. The only professional thing about the bowling that you are about to see. But you never know, Cinderella moments do happen. And speaking of, it is now time for those most famous words you've been waiting for. It's now time to watch me suck at bowling 2 years later. Game 1, frame 1, ball 1, second anniversary. Could a Cinderella moment happen here? Could we do it as well as I did at Mason's? Let's find out. Ball 2. Ball 3. And it's a 9. Not a bad start. For those of you that like the pin setters, here's the Bowlmore in action. And there you go. Frame 2, ball 1. Not bad for a cold start. Ball 2. Working the 4 horsemen. Favorable piece of wood. Just got to hit. Spare. Frame 3, ball 1. Forgot to mention, to move things along for these triples, do the halftime report similar to the impromptus. There we go. Back to normal. Ball 2. Ball 3, back to reality. Nice recovery for a moment. Frame 4, ball 1. El Stinko did damage, but still we're doing okay. Ball 2. Ball 3. Frame 5, ball 1. If you look right there, you can see we got the special green colored pin as the head pin position. If we can get a strike, T&C Bank and Trust in Fitchburg, Massachusetts will pay me 25 cents. So far we're up to 75. Let's see if we can get a whole dollar. Just the same usual crap. Ball 2, just the traditional ball 1 thing. That's better. Ball 3. There's absolutely no action. I don't know why. The first half had some rough spots, like the 1 fill in frame 2. The 7 was a little weak, and the 6 even worse. Still, we are at a 42, which is not all too bad. Let's see if we can keep going. Frame 6, ball 1. Not going to be as good as Mason's. Ball 2. Has anyone found the action this place normally has? Ball 3, gutter ball. Best I can do is an 8. And got myself the 8. Frame 7, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3, not a bad attempt. Frame 8, ball 1. Well, the high triple of 305, not in danger. Ball 2, goalposts. Little too close to the center. Ball 3, likely taking the 8. And will. Frame 9, ball 1. We can still hit good territory at least, so long as we don't stink. Ball 2, going for the Emily. That's when you miss everything on the first and get everything on the second. Ball 3, could this be a nasty stink frame of 1? Decent out with an 8. Last frame, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. Wishing that was ball 2. Game 1 ends with a 10. For my ability, this wasn't really all that bad of a game. As you can see, in frame 2, we got a spare, then El Stinko, the bonus ball, did its thing and only got a 1 fill. but that frame ended with a 9. 4 and 5 were a little weak. 7 you can usually get away with if everything is good. The 6 kinda hurts. Then it's 8s and 10s the rest of the way through for a total of 86. Imagine we could have hit 90s or more if ball 3 was actually ball 2. So with that being said, that's the end of game number 1. Let's start game number 2. Game 2, frame 1, ball 1. I talked to Dave off camera. He has cleaned the pin plates a couple weeks ago. I don't know why it's acting the way it is. Don't know. Ball 2, New Palace left. Can we get it? Thanks to the wood for some assistance. Yes! Frame 2, ball 1. El Stinko, the bonus ball. What will the bonus be? Hopefully better than the 1 from the previous spare. Not too bad. Ball 2. Ball 3. And an 8. Frame 3, ball 1. You know, I'm beginning to think that if memory recalls, and maybe some of you who went back in the videos might see it in an impromptu, I think I didn't do so hot on lane 6. Could be the lane. Ball 2. Now that I remember when a group went upstairs and we were allowed to bowl on lane 6 while they were practicing, I didn't have a problem. Might be this lane I just don't get. The only thing I know I got was a spare. Frame 4, ball 1. El Stinko, the bonus ball. What will it be? First one stunk, second one was okay. And El Stinko stunk for the leave, but again, 6 is not that bad. Ball 2. Ball 3. It's an 8 at the least. And it shall remain. Frame 5, ball 1. Not bad. Ball 2. Ball 3. It may not be a Cinderella moment, but it's pretty strong. 2 spares and 1 and 3, 6 fill in each. 8s happen to be how the frames ended, and a 7 and 5, 55. Not bad at all. Second half of this particular episode, frame 6, ball 1. I knew it was bad when it left the hand. Ball 3. Late follow. Frame 7, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. Nice outcome. Frame 8, ball 1. Ball 2, the typical ball 1 10-pin pattern. Ball 3. Frame 9, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. You know what the bowling gods are telling me right now. And I just told it to him with that 10. Frame 10 of game 2, ball 1. 6 more, and you'll see something I haven't done on WMS for a while. Triple-digit candlepin score. Ball 2. Horrible leave, but we made it. Ball 3. Even if we don't make the 305, which I know we won't, at least this was a good game. But you never know, game 3 could be a Cinderella one. Game 2 with an 8. That game ended pretty well. The first half was pretty strong though, with 2 spares and the 6s. And of course we had 8 for the frames for each, and the 7 with a 55, which looked like a very strong showing. Then it fell apart a little bit from 6 to 10. We got 3 10s, a 9 and an 8. Still not too bad. We got an above average score of 102. So what will Game 3 have in store for us? Will it be good? Will it crash? Let's find out. First frame, last game, ball 1. At least we got a good Game 2 out of it. Game 1 was okay too. Ball 2. Thing is, when I do something wrong, I don't know it. Ball 3. Minor lie. clubs, we let live, because it's more casual. If it were competition, that would have been no good. If the ball hits the middle arrow over there, then I would call it no good. And not a great start with the 6. Frame 2, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. And another 6. Frame 3, ball 1. This is looking like mediocrity now. Ball 2. Three 6s in a row. You know what that means. Not happening, it's an 8. Frame 4, ball 1. Ball 2. Spread eagle with the broken wing, or clipped wing actually. Ball 3. And I'm writing this game off, it's a 5. Frame 5, ball 1. Haven't had a bad game in a while. Looks like game 3 will be the one. That's a false sense of embitterment there. But still, it's a strike. This game is junk. Outside of the 8 and 3 and the strike and 5, 6, 6, and 5 for 1, 2, and 4 respectively, 35 so far. Will El Stinko the bonus balls 1 and 2 help turn this into an average game at least? Frame 6, ball 1. 2 El Stinko the bonus balls. What will they add up to? Ball 2. That one stunk. And a crappy 5 fill. Ball 3. The only good thing about the 5 fill, it pulled it out of crap territory for now. Frame 7, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. 3. Nice recovery from that awful start. Too thin to take it all. Frame 8, ball 1. Ball 2. That wasn't that bad. Ball 3. Believe it or not, I actually just chose to go on my butt. I didn't fall. Another if it were only ball 2 moment. Frame 9, ball 1. Can we keep pulling out of this tailspin? Doing pretty good at it so far. Ball 2. Get the hard ones out of the way. Ball 3. Well, so much for pulling it out. Got a little lucky, it stayed on. Wood took out some bigs for the 7. Last game of the triple, last frame, ball 1. At worst, we're looking at mediocre. Ball 2. That many, and mediocre is good. Ball 3. Still need that many. That one doesn't count. 9's the best we can do. And it ends with a pathetic mediocre 7. The game stunk. Well, mediocre. Per usual with these multi-game videos, it ends in a whimper. Only 3 good frames here. The 8 and 3, the strike in 5, and a 9 and 7. The first bonus ball for the strike skunked, which really hurts things quite a bit. Plus, an overall lack of performance, and wound up 1 point away from hitting the good territory, which is within a 10-point margin of error of average ability according to the ICBA standards. Nonetheless, mission failed, 79. At least it wasn't a stinker. Mediocrity, yes. Total stinker, no. Well, that last game was a downer. We had a good 86, then the 102, then the 79. Couldn't have got that one more pin. So, of course, coming to you from New Palace Lanes, recording on the 28th, as it says there, for the handicap match, which will be after I do an abbreviated impromptu, after I record November's Watch Me Suck at Bowling. From New Palace Lanes in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. From the lane that doesn't treat me too well. Georgia 551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.